Good afternoon. This video is to help you understand how to use your calculator to calculate Pearson's R and the line of regression equation. And we will learn about what those things mean, but we want you to preview going into this how to know how to do that using technology. Okay, so you have the little half sheet you picked up from your teacher or on lesson 6.0 on Canvas. And so the first thing starts out just the same as we would do for a scatter plot. So I have this little problem right here. We're going to see the relationship between the father's height and the son's height. So you need to pause the video right now and enter those in whatever list you want to use, list 1, list 2. So go ahead and pause and enter those. Okay, so you can do a scatter plot if you want. I put the scatter plot on here, but I'm going to show you how to actually find the number for R. Okay, so there's something first you need to do after you enter the data. You need to go to catalog, which is second 0, and we have to scroll all the way down to where it says diagnostics on. We need the diagnostics to be on to work. They might be on, they might not be, depending on your calculator. Every time calculator resets, though, it turns off the diagnostics, and we want those to be on. So you literally just go to diagnostics on, hit enter, done. Okay. So you have the values in your calculator. The steps to find it are listed right here. So I'm going to push stat, calculate, and go to linreg ax plus b. There's also an a plus bx. Don't pick that one. We want it in slope intercept form. Okay, and notice I have under list 3 and list 4, but I put my list for this one and list 1 and list 2. So I'm going to change those to list 1 and list 2. So that's your x and your y, just like a scatter plot. And hit calculate. Okay, and so what pops up should be the same result as what is here on the paper. And so this is a linear equation and also the R value. So there's a chart we'll talk about. You can see that it's fairly strong. Now we have numerical evidence to go along with it. So the R value is 0.8268, so 827. And then there's a little linear equation there, and so I'm going to draw that on here. So if y equals mx plus b or y equals ax plus b, the equation here would be y equals 1.11x, that's the a, minus 29.9. So if we graph that, it's roughly 1x minus 30. That would be the line of best fit that goes through those values. So that's the line of regression, and this is the R value. The R value we'll talk about more in class. The closer it is to 1, the stronger the correlation. The closer it is to -1, the stronger the negative correlation. So you're thinking about the absolute value. The bigger the absolute value, or the nearer the absolute value is to 1, the stronger the correlation. Okay, so that's one example. If you want to peel it back, you can play it again. So I would like you to go to the back of your paper. We'll do one more together. And so this table is just in vertical form, but again, we have X and Y's. They're comparing to see if the quantity of chemical we use is related to how many beetles are still alive. So we're trying to kill bugs. So again, pause, put this into your calculator. You can use a different list. I'm going to use list 3 and 4. You can use list 1 and 2 again if you want. Okay, so same steps here again. So I got it in my list, and only this time it's in list 3 and 4. I'm going to go stat, calculate, linreg, and this time I want it to be in list 3 and list 4. Everything else is the same. Calculate it. So now you're just going to answer the questions here. So the R value is -0.859. Pretty strong negative correlation. And you see that on the calculator, the y equals mx plus b. So the m, which is a in this case, is negative 0.967. And that'd be x. And the b, which is the y-intercept, is 10.8. So if you went and did a scatter plot of these values like we did before, you can actually graph a line. You can actually type in on the y equals, you could type in this equation, negative 0.967x plus 10.8. If you graph that, and you also turn on your stat plot for the list, you can see the line of regression. I have to adjust some things, list 3, list 4. And now if you go zoom stat, you should be able to see your line of regression and your points. So you see it makes a perfect line. It's not something you have to eye up. So your assignment is to do the last 4 here. And so you're going to just change you're going to edit, you're going to find R, you're going to find the regression equation and describe the correlation. So I said it in words, I didn't write it on there. Okay, that's all. I finished those and we'll be ready to go with learning about the concepts.